Battle of Salem Church. Our forces in Fredericksburg have been overrun by Sedgwick's corps. They realized that we undermanned the fortifications and stormed our defenses. We must immediately intercept them before they flank our army that fights at Chancellorsville. We can only spare up to 10 brigades for this battle. Good luck, General. With no chance to return to camp, this stage's third massive surprise rears its ugly head, and I have to drop immediately into another fight. A look at the top shows that the Union will have a pretty impressive force, given that I will only get 10 brigades. To be continued. Now, Sedgwick's corps is approaching with a strong division via Orange Turnpike. We have sent as many brigades as possible to stop his advance. We must stop him at the crossroads located near Salem Church. The small ridge at this location can offer us a defensive advantage. General, if Sedgwick repulses us, he will be able to flank our forces in Chancellorsville. We must not allow this. So, after the cliffhanger ending to the Chancellorsville video, one might think that I had lined up an epic fight to follow with, but please don't hate me. It's not that the Union don't have the large force I promised, but we are going to have a perfect defensive spot to deal with them, making it much easier than the troop counts indicate. The majority of the Union's forces will arrive on the road here, and then move in a basically western direction to engage. Between the distance they travel and the fact that they take a few minutes to arrive on map, we should have more than enough time to establish a line of defense right here, meaning that we will be in trees and they will be in the open. There is only really two things to watch out for. One is a huge Union cannon presence that will set up in the woods here, but the majority of those cannons will be Napoleons, which suck at long range, and get even worse when firing out of and into forest cover. And the second thing to watch for is a Union skirmish team that likes to approach towards the south and get in behind your line if you aren't careful. But a single skirmish detachment from the Southern Infantry placed in the tall grass here should nip that in the bud. I will be going in with 5 infantry and 5 cannons, but a 6-4 split is also decent. I'll be covering the North Wooded Grove with a skirmish detachment, but due to the Union's heavy emphasis towards the northern half of the map, taking a cannon out of the lineup and putting a full infantry brigade in the woods instead can work just as well. Other than that, the only thing to keep watch for is Union charges. Have your cannons immediately alter target to repulse anyone who dares close to melee, and keep the general moving so that everyone's morale is secure. The margin of movement is just a few pixels wide, but it is possible to stay completely out of the woods while marching to position. That said, if you do slow down a bit by scraping a tree line, just activate sprint for a bit to catch up. It's vital to arrive in position before the Union gets there, even if your stamina meter is a bit lower than it had to be. A little bit of general scouting just to let me know how far up they are, as well as trick their cannons into unlimbering to try to take a shot. Anything to buy the infantry time to set up and recover stamina. got a bit greedy with the skirmish detachment. I was trying to go find their cannons, which I do manage to do, but because of them moving east, the Union snuck their skirmish team into the woods south of me. For some reason, they stopped before getting into firing range of my flank, giving me time to send a spare detachment down, but this could have been ugly. Well, it appears that most of the Union want to try the south edge now. It appears they didn't have the stamina to pull off the charge, though, as they stopped right at the tree line. Sucks to be them. As I keep moving my skirmish team around their cannon line, a thought occurs to me. Since I only needed 2 skirmish detachments to hold my lines, I could have actually sent 3 skirmish teams around the outside to find their guns. That may have actually been a better choice, but I was just a little too worried about getting charged out of my wooded position by a larger force, in a stage where I didn't exactly have a save I could go back to if I lost. Victory has been achieved, but I'm going to drag this stage out a bit to continue getting those favorable exchanges with Union forces out in the open. The stage doesn't hard end until 2200. This is my experienced trainer general, and he is in charge of the corps that most needs experience, after all. Let's see if I can't get some more juicy cannon kills right at the end of the stage here. Victory secured, and the flank of Chancellorsville is safe. Not the best casualty ratio ever, but given what I had, it'll do. Perfect kill board. 2 promotions and 1 wounding. Totally fine. Between Chancellorsville and here, it appears the Union are updating the equipment of most of their forces. So we're done. My cavalry is in shambles, and apparently I miscalculated the reputation game as I seem to have hit the cap here, but this is not terrible. Doesn't appear that the Union are getting any real reinforcements this time either, so that should make my next fight against them easier on my own troops. But until then, I'm out.